Continuing to stay with Iran, where protests are growing deadlier by the hour. From the streets of Tehran, a crisis is unfolding, and now world leaders are reacting strongly as global pressure mounts over Iran's bloodiest crackdown in years. Beginning with India. India says it is watching the situation closely in Iran. Authorities have also issued a clear advisory as Indians are urged to avoid non-essential travel to Iran, and those already in the country have been asked to exercise maximum caution and stay away from areas hit by protests and demonstrations. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has praised the tremendous heroism of Iranians protesting on the streets. He expressed hope that the Islamic Republic will be liberated from what he called the yoke of tyranny. And also, then can Iran and Israel once again stand as allies?
Israel is closely following what is happening in Iran. The demonstrations for freedom have spread throughout the country. The people of Israel, the entire world, are in awe of the tremendous heroism of the citizens of Iran. Israel supports their struggle for freedom and strongly condemns the mass massacres of innocent civilians.
Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney has strongly condemned the Iranian regime's violent crackdown, denouncing the killing of protesters on the streets. Carney voiced solidarity with the Iranian people, backing their demand for dignity, rights, and an end to bloodshed. In Europe, the big three have spoken with one voice. France, Britain, and Germany have strongly condemned the killing of protesters in Iran. In a joint statement released by President Emmanuel Macron's office, the leaders urged Tehran to halt the violence and show restraint as the crackdown draws global outrage. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz blasted Iran's brutal crackdown on protesters during his visit to India.
We condemn this violence in the strongest possible terms. This violence is not an expression of strength, but rather a sign of weakness. This violence must end.
China has issued a sharp warning opposing any foreign interference in Iran's internal affairs after Trump's military action threat.
We always oppose interference in other countries' internal affairs. We call on all parties to do more things conducive to peace and stability in the Middle East.
Meanwhile, the United Nations has also sounded the alarm. Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General, said that he is shocked by reports of violence and excessive force used by Iranian authorities against protesters nationwide. He urged immediate restraint and called for the restoration of communications. The warning comes as Iran enters its 14th day of near-total internet blackout imposed by the government. Tehran's economic outcry began on December 28th when shopkeepers hit the streets over the rial's freefall, with the currency at record lows. Inflation near 40% and sanctions tightening the noose. With protests intensifying and bloodshed mounting in Iran, the world is rallying behind the voices on Tehran's streets. Global pressure is rising, outrage is growing, but the question now is stark and urgent. What happens next?
The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. The conversations everyone is having and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, Firstpost America gets a new look. I'm Kerry Johnston, and this is Firstpost America.